Hey everyone, my name is Alila and welcome back to my channel. I got my Carter, I got my lemonade, and let's just get on with this video. Oh, Carter, say hi. No? Are you gonna leave? Anyways, everyone, this is my kitty Carter. He's my baby. Aren't you, baby? He's like, no, screw all of you. Alright, be free. Anyways, so today's video is gonna be about why I got married at 20 and how me and my, I guess, now husband met. It still kind of feels weird saying husband, not gonna lie, because I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, I shouldn't be allowed to say it. I'm so young, what am I doing? What is this, all this adulting, and oh my god. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get on with this video. So I guess I should start with how me and my husband met. It's kind of actually a funny story. So, it's kind of weird, but we're just gonna go with it. We met through FaceTime. Yeah, you guys heard that right. We actually did meet through FaceTime. So, backstory on this, we had a mutual friend who, lived back home. I was in school at the time. I was a sophomore. Um, Junior, more on that later, probably in another video about how I graduated early. But by the way, I graduated college early, but that's beside the point. So I was at school and she was at home, and she would normally FaceTime me when she would throw parties, get togethers type things. And it was on a Sunday and she FaceTimed me, and I'm like, all right, cool. And I was already in my bed getting ready to go to bed, watch TV, and fall asleep. In my PJs, no makeup on, no nothing. And so I get her FaceTime unexpectedly and I answer it. So we're talking, and then out appears my husband. And I'd never seen him before, and he kind of caught my attention. And I'm like, so who's that? Like, I've never seen him before. And like, she told me who he was, and I was like, whoa, he's really attractive. Like, whoa. So, throughout the night, like, both of us, like, throughout the entire conversation, were asking about each other. So she told me that he wasn't interested, and at the time, I didn't really care. I'm never gonna see him again. Just saw him on FaceTime, that's it. Like, didn't think I was gonna meet him in person, no less. And I found out later that she told him that I was a hoe. Now, there's a reason why I'm not mentioning any names here. It's because this friend and I are no longer friends for obvious reasons, which I'll get more into in the video. But, anyways, so we kept on asking about each other, and then we just left it at that. Like, the conversation ended up, like, we hung up and, left it at that. So, about 2 days later, she tells me, hey, you should add him on Facebook. Like, I don't want him anymore. Because I forgot to mention, she was trying to get with him originally, but she was torn between him and some other guy, which, funny story, ended up lying about his name and ended up being married, no less. So that was kind of funny. So I did what she said, and I added him on Facebook. And then 2 seconds later, he messaged me saying, "Oh my God, like you're the chick from FaceTime. Like, hey, what's up?" So we started talking, and then it progressed into FaceTiming and texting. And so that same Friday, we threw a party for one of my roommates, and I decided that I was going to text him saying to come over. Screw it. And let me remind you that I lived 2.5 hours away. So the next day, that Saturday, he drove the 2.5 hours to come see a girl that he had never even met in person before. Didn't know what was going to come out of it, and we could have clicked, we could have not clicked, and it would have been really awkward. But so he came over, we met, and he was super sweet. He spent that whole weekend trying to convince me to be with him. He told me that first day, like, he's done looking, like, I'm the one for him, which I thought was kind of corny, but it's kind of cute. He took me out to eat, we explored my college town a bit, and it was just like super fun. We already acted like a couple, but I had been really hurt in relationships before, like severely screwed over, and I didn't want to be screwed over by someone who said that they wanted to be in a relationship with me but actually didn't and just wanted me for all the wrong reasons. So I decided to be very careful with that. But in the end, he ended up proving that he isn't trying to screw me over, isn't going to hurt me. So that Sunday, he was getting ready to leave, and it was about time for him to go. And he got a message on Facebook from some random girl who's trying to flirt with him and everything, and he didn't like it. So he's like, all right, babe, like, take care of it. So at the time, I hadn't said yes to being his girlfriend yet, and I told him, all right, fine. So like, I took his phone, and I was like, hey, so my girlfriend is kind of getting really annoyed. Maybe you should back off a little or something like that. And that's basically how I told him that, yes, I will be his girlfriend. So from that day on, every single weekend he would drive the 2.5 hours to come see me. Super sweet. The former friend who shall not be named, she wasn't happy with it. The former friend was not happy with it in the slightest, but that's beside the point. She proceeded to try to get with my boyfriend for the first 8 months of our relationship, which was very upsetting, and needless to say, I stopped the friendship after I realized what she was doing. It got to the point where friends were telling me, hey, look, like, this girl is trying to take your man, like, you gotta do something. So it wasn't just me, like, it wasn't all in my head. So, I had to, it was just really frustrating that a friend would do that, and a friend would call me a hoe, which she denied, but, at the end of the day, I'm gonna believe my boyfriend over someone who pretended to be my friend but actually wasn't. So, on with that, we were together for 2 weeks before we said I love you, and it was at his parents' place and it was first time we spent Christmas together. And then at 3 weeks, because we were there for a week, during our 3-week anniversary, his parents invited me to go to Daytona with them, and this was 6 months in advance. So the Daytona trip ended up being at our 6 months anniversary. And then about a year later, almost a year later, he proposed, and about that, we kind of did it backwards. So we had talked about marriage since day one. We're like, all right, you're graduating early, like, we're gonna move in together, we're gonna get married. And I was like, screw it, like, this is who I'm meant to be with. His parents got married at 19, and we were 20 when we decided. He was 21 when he proposed, but, we were like, all right, this is gonna work. Also, like, it's common for the military, it's military culture. Hell, people get married in the military at 18, so we figured, 20, 21, like, it's not going to be a big deal. And when you know, you know. So he proposed in March. No, he proposed late March or April. March. We kind of did everything backwards. We set the date and we set an officiant. Had that booked because we were like, we're getting married at our year and a half, like June 4th, that's when it's gonna be. And so the way he proposed was, so we got a cat. You may or may not see him in this video. He's kind of running around all over the place, but that was our Valentine's Day gift to each other. Carter is a total sweetheart. He's my baby. But he told me that he wanted to take a family photo with us. So he had my dad get in on it, and I got all dolled up and everything, because I'm like, if I'm going to be in a picture, I better look good. So we went outside. The day was gorgeous, and he was like, all right, you hold Carter. And so I grabbed him, and then I noticed on his collar was the ring that we picked out together. And next thing you know, he was on his knees, and he asked me to marry him, and I started tearing up. I was so happy. And my dad got the pictures, video, everything. So I was super happy about that. And then we got married on June 4th, 2018. Today is June 22nd, so we've been married for about 2 weeks now. We moved in about a week before we got married. And I guess we should talk about the reasoning why I'm only 20 and married. Um, it was more or less the fact that, like, his parents got married at 19 and they're celebrating 22 years of marriage now. And they're still as in love as they were when they were 19, I imagine. Like, they're so cute together. So when we met each other, like, we knew this is who we're meant to be with. And it felt right. And for us too, it just felt like, I can't even explain it. Like, when like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Like, he proved to me that, he's in it for the long term. He's not going to screw me over. He knows me better than I know myself sometimes. And we just figured it's right. And, I don't regret getting married at 20. I kind of think that I might be a little too young sometimes. And it feels weird saying, hey, this is my husband. I have a husband. But at the end of the day, like, our timeline kind of sped up because I graduated early and because I already have a job and everything. And I mean, it just felt like the right decision. As far as kids goes, we're not planning on having kids for a very, very long time. Not until we're at least 26. Like, I feel like we need to be financially stable and also emotionally ready. And while we are financially stable right now, I don't feel like I'm emotionally ready to have kids. I don't think I'm mature enough to have kids. And that's something that's, like, really big for me to say, because, like, a lot of people, like, when they get married, they're like, all right, let's pop them out. Or, like, they have kids at 18, 16 and stuff. But, like, for me, like, I could not see myself being a mother. Like, I want to enjoy my life. Like, my husband is Marine. Like, we're hoping to move overseas and, travel and everything and just enjoy our lives before, we settle down and start a family. Like, we have our fur baby, Carter, who's our pride and joy, but to have an actual baby to provide for, like, that's just not in the books. So yeah, I guess that's the story of, how my husband and I met, how he proposed, and I guess why I got married at 20. I thought this video was going to be longer. I thought I would have, like, a huge, elaborate, like, explanation as to why we got married at 20 and 21, why we got married so young. Honestly, it's just when you know, and, we didn't rush anything. I don't feel like we rushed anything, but, it is what it is, and I'm just super, super happy. Like, I don't think I've ever been happier. I know some of my friends that had known me since high school, when they saw that I got married and everything, they were commenting on Facebook like, wow, you genuinely seem happy, which is crazy because for those people that knew me since high school, they knew that, like, in high school I was an absolute emotional wreck, and up until, like, part of college too. And to be able to say that I'm genuinely happy is kind of amazing. Like, it feels good. And I'm not saying that you need to be in a relationship to be happy. Like, there's a lot more contributing to my happiness. It's like, it's the fact that I have, like, a decent job and I have amazing friends now. I know what I'm doing with my life. Like, I feel like I have my life together. And, being married is just part of it. Part of it was also getting Carter. Carter makes me beyond happy. Like, he follows me into the bathroom. If I'm doing my makeup, which I was, and I may or may not post that tutorial. I don't think it was that good, but, if you guys like it, because I'm probably going to post this first, let me know. Like, this is the makeup from that tutorial. If you like it, let me know, and I'll post it. But, at the end of the day, like, it was our decision. It was a good decision. Both our families were very supportive. Oh, and I forgot to mention, so we decided to elope. And now most people think when, we say the word elope that we got married in secret. Neither of our families knew. It was just like out of the blue, and it was because our families didn't approve. But see, the term elope has evolved from getting married in secret to getting married, just a small ceremony with either the two of you and the officiant, or the two of you and like immediate friends and family, and having people approve of it and not having an elaborate ceremony. So I guess, yeah, I'll go into like why we decided to elope, quote unquote. So I'm not a big fan of big weddings. I personally feel like people forget that a wedding is supposed to be about two people joining together, who are in love, and two families joining together. But this is just my personal opinion. I feel like people have forgotten that, it's about those two families, and they turn it into a huge elaborate thing, and then people are stressed out because they have to find the perfect dress and spend a whole bunch of money on the venue and the caterer and the food and all these other details. And then mother-in-law wants this, other family member wants this, and I personally like felt like, I want it to be just about us. Like, I want it my way and my way only. I want it to be like an expression of who we are. So we decided that we found an officiant, and we decided that we were going to work on our schedule. We wanted a specific date. So like I said, we got married on our 1.5-year anniversary. And so that was on a Monday. So we found the officiant, we booked it, and we got married in a private ceremony in front of the Old Civil War Museum. And I'm gonna put pictures in here somewhere, probably at the end of the video, so you guys can see. But like, we didn't want to go through the whole elaborate whatever. Our whole marriage honestly cost like $124. That's it, and that includes the marriage license. And it felt great being able to do that. And then we compromised with the family, so there's going to be a reception later on that his family is planning, and then we just had people over that Saturday, just to celebrate, that we got married and everything. Honestly, like, both our families knew. Like, we told our parents from day one, like, this is what we want. We don't want a huge ceremony. We just want, just us two. And at the beginning, they were kind of upset about it because they wanted the huge ceremony. Like, I know, like, they wanted all the family members to be there. But then, they understood, like, this is our day. Like, they understood where we were coming from. So luckily, they were very accepting. And, I mean, I'm glad that we did it this way, because honestly, like, I could not imagine planning a wedding my senior year of college. Like, I literally just graduated. It would just have been too stressful. Anyways, I guess this concludes the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you guys want the tutorial on this makeup look. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and love you guys. Thank you.